Code Red. Chapter 1: The Plan. It was a cold, rainy night in Washington, D.C. as a group of shadowy figures gathered in a dimly lit room. They were members of a terrorist organization known as the Red Hand, and they had a plan that would shake the very foundations of the United States. Their leader, a man known only as the General, stood at the head of the table, his eyes burning with intensity. "Gentlemen, the time has come to strike," he declared. "We will use the power of the tax code to cripple the military and police forces of this country, leaving it vulnerable to attack from both foreign and domestic threats." The room erupted in murmurs of agreement as the general outlined the details of their plan. They would target key lawmakers and officials, using blackmail and bribery to ensure that new tax laws were passed that would defund the military and police. With their funding cut off, these vital institutions would be unable to protect the country from its enemies. As the meeting drew to a close, the general turned to his second-in-command, a ruthless woman named Black Widow. "Make it happen," he ordered. "The fate of the nation rests in our hands." Chapter 2: The Execution. Over the following weeks, the Red Hand sprang into action, using their considerable resources to manipulate the political landscape. They targeted key members of Congress, using a combination of threats and promises to ensure that the new tax laws were passed. As the legislation made its way through the halls of power, the country began to feel the effects of the Red Hand's machinations. Military bases were forced to shut down, police departments were forced to lay off officers, and the country's defenses were weakened to a dangerous degree. But the Red Hand was not content to simply sit back and watch as their plan unfolded. They began to launch a series of coordinated attacks on key infrastructure, causing chaos and confusion across the country. With the military and police unable to respond effectively, the Red Hand's reign of terror seemed unstoppable. Subscribe to Part 2 of the story, The Best Part.